Picture this. You're completely drawn to someone, and you can't help but wonder, do they miss me the way I miss them? It's a timeless question that has weighed on hearts for generations. In today's world of instant messaging and nonstop notifications, it's easy to fall into the trap of craving validation through attention and affection. But what if the real key to making someone miss you doesn't lie in tricks or games, but in ancient wisdom? In this video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy can offer a radically different approach to this age-old dilemma. But be warned, this path isn't for those seeking quick fixes. It demands a shift in mindset, a dedication to personal growth, and the courage to surrender control over things beyond your reach. Let's begin. The Stoic view on attachment. Imagine a life where your happiness and self-worth are no longer dictated by how others treat you, a life where you can love fully, yet remain grounded and unshaken if things change. This may sound idealistic, but it's exactly what Stoicism encourages, a bold redefinition of attachment. At the core of Stoic thought is the idea that suffering often comes from clinging to people, possessions, and outcomes that lie outside our control. When we tie our emotional well-being to external forces, we become vulnerable to disappointment, chaos, and the unpredictable whims of life. The Stoics offer a more resilient alternative, to focus solely on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our character. This shift creates a foundation of inner peace and strength that doesn't rely on others' behavior to remain intact. Now, this doesn't mean Stoics avoid love or become emotionally numb. Quite the opposite. They deeply value connection, but they approach relationships from a place of wholeness, not need. One of the Stoic tools for emotional resilience is the practice of premeditatio malorum, visualizing potential loss or hardship. While it may sound bleak, it actually lessens fear by mentally preparing us to face life's uncertainties with calm. But there's more. When we let go of anxious attachment and invest in our personal growth, we become naturally magnetic. Confidence, calm, and self-respect are deeply attractive qualities. Instead of chasing validation, we embody it and people feel the difference. Cultivating emotional resilience. Imagine a towering oak tree, its roots anchored deep in the earth, its branches swaying gracefully with the wind. No matter how fierce the storm or how cold the winds, it stands firm, grounded and unshaken. This is the essence of emotional resilience, the capacity to face life's storms with strength, as grace and calm adaptability. In relationships, emotional resilience changes everything. When we build this inner strength, we stop relying on others to define our worth or determine our happiness. We become grounded, confident, and capable of protecting our peace even when we're faced with rejection, distance, or emotional chaos. But how do we develop this powerful trait? The Stoics teach us that emotional resilience isn't something we're born with. It's something we build, deliberately and consistently. One of their core teachings is this: focus only on what is within your control. Our thoughts, beliefs, decisions, and actions are ours. Everything else, how others behave, what they feel, how life unfolds, is outside our domain. By pouring our energy into what we can influence, we reclaim our power and free ourselves from the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. Another Stoic strategy is reframing setbacks. Rather than seeing challenges as obstacles to our happiness, the Stoics saw them as necessary fuel for growth. They embraced the mindset of amor fati, a love of fate, welcoming difficulties as opportunities to strengthen character and sharpen virtue. But make no mistake, the Stoic journey isn't meant to be walked alone. Ancient Stoics deeply valued community. Surrounding yourself with people who share your values, who challenge and inspire you, is essential. The right relationships don't just support emotional resilience, they amplify it. Living a life of virtue and purpose. Imagine the person you admire most may be a mentor, a historical figure, or someone close to you. What is it that makes them unforgettable? Chances are, it's not their wealth or accomplishments, but their character, their kindness, courage, and unwavering sense of purpose. That's what the Stoics meant by living in accordance with virtue. To them, true happiness doesn't come from external success or validation, but from living a life that reflects your highest values. When you live with purpose and integrity, you become magnetic not through tricks or tactics, but through example. You become the kind of person people naturally admire and want to be around. So what does it mean to live virtuously? The Stoics identified 4 core virtues as the foundation of a meaningful life. Wisdom, the ability to make decisions rooted in reason. Reflection and long-term thinking, not emotion or impulse. Justice, treating others with fairness. Respect and compassion, even when it's difficult. Speaking up against injustice, even when it's unpopular. Courage, facing fear, uncertainty, and hardship with strength and resolve. Choosing to do what's right, even when it's uncomfortable. Temperance, practicing self-control. Moderation, and balance in all areas of life relationships. Work, habits, and desires. When you strive to embody these values each day, you create a deep sense of meaning and fulfillment. You stop chasing validation and start radiating a quiet confidence that draws others in. You become someone people miss not because you tried to manipulate their attention, but because your presence reflects something rare, integrity, and something powerful happens. You begin to attract others who share your values. Your relationships deepen. They become rooted in mutual respect. Growth and truth, not dependency or need. So how can you begin living with more virtue and purpose? Start by reflecting on your core values. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What principles do I want to live by? What impact do I want to have on those around me? Then, take small but deliberate steps each day to live those values. Be honest. Be courageous. Be kind. Create routines that support your well-being. Set boundaries that protect your peace. And be willing to grow even when it's hard. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being perfect. It's about being committed to truth, to growth, and to living with intention. You will stumble, and that's part of the process. But as you stay grounded in your values, you'll become more resilient, more centered, and more magnetic to those who matter. Live with virtue, live with purpose, and watch as your life and your relationships transform in ways you never imagined. Practicing mindfulness and presence. Have you ever been in a conversation, but your mind was somewhere else, lost in past regrets or worrying about the future? Or maybe you were so consumed by your own thoughts that you missed the beauty and stillness unfolding around you. You're not alone. In our fast-moving, always connected world, it's easy to get swept up in mental noise and digital distractions. But there is a way back to stillness, to clarity, and to genuine connection. That way is through mindfulness and presence. At its core, mindfulness is the art of paying deep attention to the present moment without judgment, without resistance. It's the practice of becoming aware of what's happening within and around you. Your thoughts, emotions, sensations, and environment. Instead of reacting on autopilot, you respond with intention. When we practice mindfulness regularly, we gain focus, emotional clarity, and calm. Stress no longer controls us. We become more resilient, more at peace, and more in tune with the rhythm of life. But mindfulness doesn't just transform our inner world, it transforms our relationships. When you're fully present with someone, you give them something rare, your undivided attention. You listen not to reply, but to truly understand. You create a safe, sacred space where real connection can grow. Imagine what would change if, instead of half listening while checking your phone, you looked someone in the eyes and were fully there. You'd notice the subtleties in their tone, body language, and emotion. You'd respond with deeper empathy and understanding, and they would feel it. Presence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are calm, grounded, and fully engaged. Think back, have you ever been with someone who made you feel completely seen and heard? Who made you feel like you truly mattered? That's the power of mindful presence. Sun, how can you bring more mindfulness into your life? So start small. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly. Breathe, breathe, and observe your thoughts without attachment. Sansanom set to be intentional. During conversations, put your phone away and give your full attention. And savor the moment. When you eat, you walk, or rest, slow down. Feel the texture, the taste, the breath. Like any skill, mindfulness takes practice. Your mind will wander. Distractions will come. But each time you return to the present, you strengthen your ability to stay grounded. As you continue this practice, your relationships will shift. They'll become deeper, more honest, and more nourishing. You'll become the kind of person others are naturally drawn to, someone who offers presence, peace, and connection in a noisy world. Embrace mindfulness. Go practice presence, and you'll watch your relationships and your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Letting go of the need for control. Imagine you're on a raft drifting down a winding river. You could fight the current paddling hard against the flow, exhausting yourself in the process. Or you could surrender to the movement, learning to navigate its turns with trust and grace. This is the essence of letting go of control, a core Stoic teaching and a powerful shift in how we relate to life and relationships. In our modern world, we often try to micromanage everything: our careers, health, finances, and especially our relationships. We convince ourselves that with enough effort, planning, and willpower, we can shape every outcome to our liking. But the truth is, much of life will always remain outside our control. We cannot control the thoughts, feelings, or actions of others. We cannot prevent every setback, loss, or unexpected challenge. And when we try to control the uncontrollable, we create stress, tension, and frustration. We fight the flow of life and suffer because of it. This struggle is especially common in relationships. We may try to manage how someone sees us. We may obsess over saying the right things or doing the perfect things in hopes of making them love us, miss us, or choose us. But the Stoics knew you cannot control another person's heart. You can only control your own mind, your own responses, and the way you show up. Paradoxically, when you release the need for control, you gain something far more powerful: influence born from authenticity and peace. You stop forcing things. You start allowing space for real connection to grow. Think about a relationship where both people are trying to control each other. It often becomes a tug of war filled with power struggles, tension, and unmet expectations. Now picture a relationship where both people have let go, where each person owns their emotions and actions and respects the freedom of the other, where there is trust, space, and mutual support. In that kind of relationship, love thrives, not the kind of love built on attachment or fear, but one rooted in freedom, trust, and mutual respect. How do you begin to let go of control in your own life? Start with acceptance. Even when something goes wrong, instead of resisting or obsessing, ask, what is still within my power? Your mindset, your response, your perspective. Be honest but unattached. Express your needs and feelings clearly in your relationships. But let go of clinging to specific outcomes. Trust the process. The right people will stay. The wrong ones will drift away. And that's okay. Cultivate self-worth from within. You don't have to earn love or prove your value. Live in alignment with your purpose, and connection will follow. Letting go is not a one-time act. It's a lifelong practice. You'll catch yourself grasping, trying to control, trying to predict, but each time, you can return to the present. You can choose peace over control. And when you do, your relationships will begin to change. They will soften, deepen, expand. You'll become someone who doesn't just find peace, you radiate it. And in doing so, you'll give others permission to do the same. Embrace the practice of letting go and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined. Conclusion, you never thought possible. Thank you for walking this path with me. Together, if we've explored the deep, enduring wisdom of Stoic philosophy, uncovering how its ancient truths can transform not only our inner world, but also the way we relate to others. We've seen the power of living a life rooted in virtue and purpose, of building emotional resilience, of practicing mindfulness and presence, and of letting go of the need for control. Each of these principles offers a key to unlocking more authentic, grounded, and meaningful relationships. At the heart of it all lies a simple truth. The quality of our relationships is a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So as you move forward on your journey, let self-awareness be your compass. Take the time to reflect on your values, your intentions, and your inner truth, and let your actions align with them. Be fully present with yourself, with others, and with life. Listen with openness, speak with honesty, and approach each interaction with empathy, humility, and grace. And most of all, trust. Trust the process of life. Trust that what is meant for you will come, and what is not will pass. By loosening your grip and flowing with life instead of against it, you create space for deeper peace and connection than you ever thought possible. When you embody these principles day by day, you become a force of calm, strength, and light. You build relationships not based on fear or need, but on respect, trust, and mutual growth. You don't just find love, you become it. You don't just seek meaning, you live it. So carry this wisdom with you not just as knowledge, but as practice. And may your path ahead be filled with presence, purpose, and connection, because the life you long for isn't waiting in the distance, it's already unfolding. Moment by moment, choice by choice, right here and now. Go forward with courage, with compassion, with clarity, and watch your world transform in ways you never thought possible.